Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday's reading. Welcome back if you're returning. Hello if you're new. I'd like to actually normally on a Sunday I do a reading regarding those divine masculines who are in a relationship with a karmic, or in a karmic relationship I should say. This week I'm going to do the same, but I want to focus more on the divine masculine, see where he's at, see what his feelings are about. Normally I follow the same format and we tend to do, their joint energy, we tend to do the karmic, we tend to do the divine masculine, but it feels like the last few readings have been telling us that the decisions are already made about this relationship not continuing between the karmic and the divine masculine, and it's all a matter of divine timing. And because of that, we're seeing a lot of repetition. And so I just want to try something a bit different. So just bear with me in this reading and let's just see where the divine masculine is at, how he's feeling, and we'll see how the karmic is responding to that. So we're doing a similar sort of thing, but just in a different order, I guess. So, Spirit, please, can you tell us how the divine masculine is, how he is feeling regarding this karmic relationship at the moment? What emotions are coming up for him? Okay, we have balance. Now, this came up last week. I remember this. We had the balance card. It's what he's been trying to achieve. What else, please? How else is the divine masculine feeling in this karmic relationship? Okay, we have temptation. We have destiny. So that's interesting. If we take this card literally, in fact, I'm going to go through it in a moment. So let's see, we have hope. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me just check that you can see them all. Let's move them up slightly. Okay. So regarding the divine masculine in his karmic relationship at the moment, he's trying to get this sense of balance. I think we've talked about this. Certainly it came up last week, although I'm not sure if it was on the karmic side. It really doesn't matter because we're now in the present. So, he's trying to get a balance between, keeping the peace, it feels like. So he's trying to walk away from this situation, but also balance his emotions in all of this and, try and keep the peace both with the karmic, with the divine feminine, with friends, with family. It's a bit of a tall order, but this is what he's trying to do. Do bear in mind, these readings aren't gender specific, so your divine masculine may be feminine, etc., etc. You'll know how it relates to your situation. What we see here is, if we take this very literally, as I said a few minutes ago, we can see him being tempted to just go for it and follow his destiny. There's a large key here, and there's also a symbol of light. So it's almost like he's found the key. He wants to follow his light. He wants to move towards his destiny, which we all know is the divine feminine. So, this week I think he's feeling just tempted to go for it. It's funny because this card is all the equivalent of like the devil card in the tarot. And that often talks of addictions and just behaviours that aren't helpful to him. For some of the divine masculines, he may be indulging perhaps a bit too much in alcohol. There may be some drugs along the way. Again, every situation is different. This is a very general reading. But I feel the need to take this at face value today. I do feel that, he is feeling more balanced about things. He's striving to achieve total balance, but he is being pulled in the direction of the divine feminine. So we're still seeing the same sort of energies we saw last week. The divine feminine is his destiny. He knows it. And, he's hopeful that very soon he can step towards that lovely light that shows up in the destiny card here. He's hoping that he can step sort of into a lighter energy and be with his divine feminine. So yeah, I mean, really looking at the divine masculine, it's looking like he is still feeling quite hopeful, still feeling quite lifted as he was last week, and still hoping to move towards his divine feminine, as I just said. I want to have a look at what actions he's going to take, because I want to stick with the divine feminine, the divine masculine for a bit. Okay. Let's do that again, Spirit, please. So where is he at? What actions is he going to take? Yeah, look, we have the Queen of Swords. So, you know, he's in an energy of, in his headspace very much at the moment. He's still thinking things through. It's not a surprise when you look at this coming up with the Balance card. We have, you know, a sword in the Balance card as well. He's very much in his headspace at the moment. He's sort of, you know, trying to take control of this situation. And I don't get the feeling it's much of a battle at the moment. I just think that he's taking his time. You know, look at this queen here is being, she has a quill pen in her hand. So in his mind, he's thinking things through. He's planning, trying to decide on the best steps to keep this sense of balance in his current situation, so that he can move forward in the best way. So why is the Temptation card here? What's this about? How is he managing this? What's he doing? What actions he taking, please? I don't know if that's the one, Spirit. So can we have it again if it is? Okay. Oh, wow. Look at this. Look. Yeah, I mean, he really is wanting to step into his proper role now. You know, this divine masculine, we've seen him struggling for months and months during these readings. He went from a sort of feeling in a very bad emotional place to feeling much more empowered these days. And here he is. This is a clear message that, you know, this is why he feels he wants to rush towards. He's tempted to just, you know, walk into his light, to his destiny, because he's feeling empowered. He is feeling ready to step into his emperor status, you know. He's feeling much stronger, much more in control of things, and ready to step up, you know. Interesting. So what can you tell us about this destiny? How does he see his destiny being, please? I missed it, Spirit, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, he wants to break down. The Tower is one of my favourite cards because it always brings about change. And, you know, change is so refreshing. He, you know, alongside the Destiny card, you know, he's ready to break down his old way of doing things. You know, if he hasn't been communicating with you, if he hasn't been treating you well, Divine Femme, you know, if his actions in the past have not been good, then, you know, he's ready to break that down and actually begin, you know, anew with his Divine Feminine here. A Tower card can mean all sorts of things. And, you know, in this instance, obviously we're looking at how he is in his current situation, but because he's in his headspace, this is all the emotion that he's sort of thinking his way through. And I know that sounds odd because you feel your way through emotion, but he's very much in his headspace. He's ready to step up, so he's tempted just to go for it with his Divine Femme, because his Divine Femme's his destiny. And, you know, he's ready to rebuild because, you know, he's happy to break down his current situation to be able to reach his destiny. But also with the Tower card, we look at different patterns, different ways of behaving, you know, a renewed way of being, really. So, you know, does that give him hope? Is that what's giving him hope? The fact that he's feeling much more empowered? Let's see. That was a squeaky voice, wasn't it? Yeah, look. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups here. So, you know, he's feeling loving energy. He wants to receive the loving energy of his Divine Feminine. So, you know, alongside the Hope card with this beautiful light, he wants to feel that shining light. He wants to feel the love, you know, he wants to feel that energy from the Divine Feminine. You know, and there's also a part of him that is willing to actually, as we said, change the patterns of the past and begin to start giving to this relationship. Look at this queen here is offering the emotion here, offering this flow of emotion in this lovely shell. You know, this is what he is ready to do. He's ready to make his offering, to offer his love. And, you know, he's hopeful that that's going to be well received by his divine feminine. Just gonna have a drink of water, excuse me. So let's just have a quick look at how the karmic is responding to that sort of situation, to these emotions, to these thoughts of the divine masculine. Let's have a look at how she's responding, or how he's responding, depending on whether your karmic is male or female. How is the karmic responding to these emotions this week, please? How does, oh, okay, thank you. Spread your wings. Yeah, we've had this before. You know, in recent readings, you know, I will come back to that, because let's go ahead and get the other 3 cards and then we'll visit them one by one. How is she coping with the Emperor energy? Thank you. Okay, we have the listening card. Interesting. How else? Thank you. Sacral chakra. Opportunity beckons. Okay, so again we see fairly positive cards coming from the karmic here, which is good to see, because it shows they're both sort of in the same space, really, you know, the same headspace, the same emotional space. We start off with, you know, asking how is the karmic responding to the divine masculine being in his headspace. And, you know, it looks like the karmic is saying, do you know what? I want to head towards my light too. You know, we've done all the talking, we've clarified the situation, you know, we've spent endless hours thinking things through, arguing. We've spent, you know, so many times trying to sort this relationship out, that actually now I'm ready to spread my wings. You know, I'm ready to go. And I know, divine masculine, that you're ready to spread your wings too. You know, I know that you want to head towards your light, but I'm feeling the same way, you know? So, you know, that's a positive thing, because that shows the karmic ready to actually let go, rather than the clingy energy we've seen for several months. So there's a part of the karmic that is sort of observing at the moment. It's interesting that I say that, because this is the listen card, but it actually has the energy today of, look how sort of pensive this person is in the card, how they're watching and waiting. So, you know, maybe there's a part of the karmic that just wants this done now. She's ready for the divine masculine to take his step away, to go and claim the person that he truly belongs with, and to be in his power, you know? She's watching, she's waiting, she's listening, and she's just waiting to see it happen, basically. That is really positive. She knows that the divine masculine wants to be with his divine feminine. She's known that for a long time. But in the past, you know, the karmic has chosen to ignore it, because, you know, she was quite needy. She wanted this divine masculine for herself. She didn't want him to want anybody else. But, you know, this is very much about her sacral chakra. Is, you know, we talk about sexual energy, we talk about needs, desires and wishes, you know. And so when we talked about the Tower card, and we talked about him being, the divine masculine being happy to break down his current situation, she knows that this is what he wants. you know, the karmic has come to accept that. She's ready, as we've just seen, to spread her wings. So, you know, this has also become her wish, her desire, but she's not the one making the move. She is in a situation where she's wanting the divine masculine to take responsibility and make that move himself. Okay, so it's almost like they're waiting for each other to take that step in a sense. But it's what she desires also. This is so positive. That's why I said it when I took these 4 cards out. She's not seeing it as a burden. She's not seeing this as she's not feeling bereft as she was before. You know, she's not in that clingy energy like she was a few months ago. She sees this current situation as an opportunity. She sees, you know, as it says, opportunity beckons. You know, she's gone past the stage of thinking, what can I do to save this relationship? I must cling to this divine masculine. No, she's seeing this as a whole new world. You know, here we have the infinity symbol. And a few months ago, we would have said that this infinity symbol is about her feeling about this relationship, because she did enter this relationship feeling it was going to last forever. But now, look, she has her back to the infinity symbol. The karmic is looking elsewhere. That's very clear. The karmic sees this as an opportunity to spread her wings and to move forward. But she doesn't want to be the one to take that step. And I do think that that has something to do with friends and relations and their reaction. She doesn't want to be the one that is seen to be breaking up this home. So let's see what actions she's likely to take, or what's in her thought processes. How is the karmic, please? Why is she spreading her wings? What's that about? What's her thinking? What's her feeling, Spirit, please? Oh, gosh. Yeah, you see, she's looking for her stability. We had 2 cards come up together. We have the Lovers, which is what, she's quite a romantic in a sense. Well, I hesitate to say that because it hasn't come across like that in previous readings. But there's a part, when I say romantic, there's a part of her that has always had a childlike dream. She wants her forever person. It's almost, you know, like she wants her little dream come true, her fairy tale to come true. So she's still looking for somebody who will be her forever lover, will be her, you know, keep her in, you know, as their number one, basically. And she wants the stability that they bring, you know. She actually wants to have a strong foundation in a relationship, because remember, this karmic has always behaved in a way that suggests she's very insecure, that she wants someone else to provide her stability rather than finding it within. That's all part of her growth. So, you know, she's ready to spread her wings because she is still looking for that energy from somebody else. And, you know, finally, it seems like she's realised she's not going to get it from this divine masculine, because she knows this divine masculine's heart is with his destiny, which is his divine feminine, you know. So why is she observing? Why is she waiting? Why is she listening to what's going on? What is she waiting for? What's she going to do? What's she going to do? Let's see. Let's see. What's happening here, Spirit? Yeah, I mean, that's just saying what we've just said. You know, the Hanged Man here, she is waiting for the divine masculine to actually make that step. She is not going to take the action here. She does not want to be the one who is seen as breaking up this relationship. She wants him to take responsibility for that and him to take the action, because, as I say, this is where her weakness is, because she relies on other people to provide for her, to provide that security that she craves. And so she's not going to be the one that is going to step up and say, do you know what? I know we're through, so I'm walking. She wants him, again, to take that responsibility. She's very childlike, actually, in her energy. What are these wishes? What does she want from this Tower situation? Yeah, again, you know, she wants the stability. She's quite happy for the Divine Masculine now to move towards his destiny, you know, to break down the current situation, the current relationship, as I was just saying, because she wants somebody who can provide that stability. You know, the King of Pentacles is solid, very grounded, very much in control, but not in a controlling way. He's just very strong, very grounded. So, you know, this is what she wants. And, you know, if she can't find it in this Divine Masculine because his heart is elsewhere, this is why she will look elsewhere for it, you know? And this is so healthy because, as I say, for a long time, she tried to hold on to this Divine Masculine and persuade him that, you know, she was his dream come true. So what about this opportunity, Spirit? What is the opportunity the Karmic sees here? What is the opportunity that... Oops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What is the opportunity that the Karmic sees? Thank you. Yeah, she's got the opportunity to be creative here. She wants to create something that is going to bring her stability. And she's willing to work for it. You know, she's willing to put the effort in. But, you know, she's looking for her King of Pentacles, basically. She's looking for that solid person who is going to look after her rather than looking after herself. What other opportunities is she looking for? Let's get more information. Why is she going to put the work in? Yeah, they've just said to me she doesn't want to be burnt again. Again, we have the Devil card. We have the Temptation card up there. She wants her King of Pentacles. She wants someone solid and trustworthy for her because she doesn't want to be... They've just said the word played. Wow. Wow, Spirit, because this is a karmic relationship that, you know, happened for a reason, yeah? But that is the word they gave me. In her head, she feels that she's been played and she feels that she doesn't want that to repeat. So she's willing to put her work in to a new relationship to make sure that she's not actually going to repeat this same pattern, that she's not going to be deceived, you know, by somebody else, because she feels that the Divine Masculine's deceived her. She felt this relationship was going to be forever. And it isn't, because as we know, the Divine Masculine belongs to the Divine Feminine. It belongs to, wow, that sounded like a possession, belongs with, apologies, the Divine Feminine. So let's have a look. And I'm not going to make this a hugely long video today because, as I say, I've changed the format because it's kind of felt like it was time to change that format. Let me know if you enjoyed it or whether you preferred it the other way. I'm being drawn towards these cards. This is the Kipper deck. And there's some messages that they want us to hear. What are the messages that we need to know about this relationship? This is still about the Divine Masculine karmic relationship. So there may be some issues that we need to know about. What are these issues, Spirit, please? Which one is it? It's this one. Imprisonment. Okay, that's no surprise. So, you know, like we said, it feels like they're both waiting for each other to make some sort of move because neither of them want to be perceived by friends and family as being the bad guy. Not that they're bad at all, because, you know, friends and family would rather them be happy, I would guess. But, you know, someone here is feeling very, very trapped, if not both of them, because if they've both decided the relationship's over, they don't really want to be still in it, do they? You know, from either of their point of view. Yeah, they're fed up wearing a mask, look. These are very powerful messages, because these are messages we saw quite a while ago now. So, you know, the fact that what's happened in this relationship, which is what Spirit are telling us with these current cards, is that, you know, they've both reached a stage where pretending, and I mean pretending that the relationship is all fine and hunky-dory, you know, pretending is exhausting, and it makes them both trapped, you know, and they have both accepted that they don't want to do that anymore. What else do you need us to know about this relationship, please? What else do you need us to know? It's not that one, Spirit, is it? What else do you need us to know? Yeah. So, you know, it's time to make a decision. Some of them, you know, and as I say, you will know what sort of resonates with you in your circumstances, but some of them may be going through legal proceedings. Some of them may actually be sorting out child contact, you know, if there's children involved. There may be, you know, they may be sorting out housing situations or finance. It could be any of those things. And as I say, this is a very general reading, so whatever resonates with you is what you need to take. But yeah, there's decisions being made at the moment. It's reached that stage, and some of them may be in a legal setting, or it may be that there's legal stuff that is coming up. It could be a divorce, of course, for some of the divine masculines. They've just said leave it at that. So there's not another card to be pulled from there. So, yeah, I mean, you know, the feeling is that we're still moving forward. The feeling is that, you know, they've now reached a stage, both of them, where they feel imprisoned by the charade that they're taking part in. So they're taking action and making a decision. You know, in a practical sense, that is happening to help them take that step forward. So what message do we have for the Divine Feminine, Spirit, please? What message do we have for the Divine Feminine the Divine Feminine in this situation? Again, please, Spirit. Thank you. Yeah. It said, don't let your past hold you back. You know, when I've said this many, many times, haven't I? When your Divine Masculine finally steps towards you, Divine Femme, you know, it's not the time to throw all the events of the past in his face. You know, obviously you will handle the situation the best way, you know, that will fit with your Divine Masculine, and we're all different. I appreciate that. But, you know, if you keep dwelling on the past, then, you know, the Divine Masculine is dealt with a lot of stress in his current situation. It's time to move forward, not to move backwards, is the message from Spirit. Yeah, and that may mean that you have to step out of your comfort zone. So you may have to sort of approach it slightly differently when he comes towards you, because I have no doubt he's coming towards you. You know, he's ready to step up as the Emperor now, to get with his Divine Feminine, who's his destiny. But, you know, it may be that, you know, you're required to do something you wouldn't normally do. You know, he may, I don't know, you know, he may ask you to meet him somewhere you wouldn't normally go, or be safe, by the way. I have to say, be safe, everybody. You know, obviously, you know your situation better, but don't take risks if you don't feel comfortable with something. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to be asked to do something terrible, but, you know, it may be that just you need to handle things a little bit differently. You know, if in the past you've sort of, if he's come back to you before, you may have been angry with him because of what's happened. Maybe this time you need to sort of step out of your comfort zone and just handle it in a different way. You know, maybe this is the message here. One more, Spirit, please. Is there one more? Thank you. Yeah, it's good because they're saying a fiery climax approaches. So, you know, it may be that if they've reached a stage in the karmic relationship where, you know, they're having to sort of fight their corner in a court setting, for example, you know, that could get quite heated. So, you know, it may be that you've got to handle your situation a bit differently. Otherwise, it's just going to inflame the current situation even more, Divine Femme. And that's not going to do you any good ultimately, is it? Let's just have an angel message, and then I'm going to draw this to a close. What's the angel message, please, my angels? What's the message for the Divine Feminine? What do you want to tell the Divine Feminine, please? What do you want to tell the Divine Feminine, please? Yeah, forgiveness. This may be what's out of your comfort zone, because if you're still angry about what's happened or the way you've been treated, Divine Femme, you know, it may well be that now is the time for some forgiveness. And he may be asking for your forgiveness. So, you know, this may be different to how you would normally handle it. As I said, if you've been angry in the past, it may now be time to you know, show a bit of compassion. You know, only you will know what is right for you and what's out of your comfort zone. But yeah, it's a more peaceful approach perhaps is required. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you enjoyed this sort of layout and this way of doing things. I felt it was time for a change, as I said earlier. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful night. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. The subscriber numbers are going strangely up and then strangely down at the moment, so it's very odd. I don't understand it, people. Let me know. So yeah, if this resonates with you, please do let me know in your comments. Thank you for all your kind comments in the previous few weeks. Please like the video, it helps it to circulate more. And thank you all for watching today. Take care, have a beautiful evening, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye for now.